The government of Sao Tome and Principe has cut diplomatic ties with Taiwan, switching its allegiance to Beijing. China's welcomed the decision by the African island nation, saying it was back onto the correct path of the One China principle. Taiwan's foreign ministry has condemned the move, alleging Sao Tome demanded a huge amount of financial support. Now, Sao Tome and Principe is a small African island nation close to Gabon with a population of just under 200,000 people. The switching of allegiance means only 21 countries and governments still maintain official ties with Taiwan. The move comes just a week after comments by U.S. President-elect Donald Trump that the U.S. did not have to abide by the One China policy. Well, for more on this, our Craig Copetas joins us live now from Paris. Craig, just tell our viewers how damaging it is for a country to be sort of shut out of the international community.
Well, first of all, AG, I've got to tell you, you've made a faux pas. Taiwan is not a country. You say that, you're going to get in trouble. Taiwan's being forced out is quite damaging. For instance, they can't participate in things such as the United Nations World Health Organization, which hurt the country during the SARS epidemic a few years ago there. They can't participate at global conferences and congresses, which keeps them out. In fact, I was talking to a fellow from Taiwan today who told me that he can't even bring his stamp collection to the mainland because stamps come from a country and Taiwan isn't a country, and he would get in trouble. So there's a very long list of things.
Okay, I should have known that. Actually, I lived there during the 1980s, but we'll get to that. But despite all this, the country thrives in terms of economic prosperity. It's been called as one of the Asian tigers. I grew up at a time when made in Taiwan was a very popular phrase. What's the secret behind this economic success?
Well, the secret actually flows nicely from Azar's report on the pollution in China. After Mao, during Mao's years, there was no money, and the reason for that, because when the Kuomintang army under Chiang Kai-shek fled across the Formosa Strait to Taiwan, they brought with them thousands of tons of gold bullion and the intellectual and business elite from the mainland to build this supersized economy, which is one of the four Asian tigers. They took everything from the mainland, and Mao's forces never got it. So that gave the Taiwanese a really good foundation which to build this robust economy that they have.
Okay, now with this, you have less than 24 countries that are officially recognizing Taiwan. But then on the other side, you have President-elect Donald Trump saying or questioning why they have to abide by the U.S.'s One China policy, which dates back to Jimmy Carter, if I'm not mistaken. Could we see some sort of tectonic shift here?
Well, there's two things here. First of all, the most important country that Taiwan wants to maintain relations with is the Vatican. And they want to do that because the Taiwanese are saying we have freedom of religion on the island and we don't have that on the mainland. Although China, the mainland, is now changing its tune on that. As for the Trump deal, this is where lunacy meets reality. There is a school of thought among old China hands that Trump wants to do some sort of to-be-defined swap deal where China gets Taiwan in return for the Chinese overthrowing, the signing shun of the nation, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, and getting rid of the nuclear problem. That's something that's being seriously discussed in high levels of the government in the United States. I was told today by old China hands in New York.
All right, and the Vatican is one of those 21 countries that do recognize Taiwan. So
and Panama Papers. Panama.
All right.
Also.
Craig Copetas, thank you very much as usual. Great stuff. Thank you.